I remember years ago when God told us to start shooting skits in a dramatic way. He said he needs us to make his name famous. And when we started the journey, we shoot skits, post online, one view. That one view can even be either my husband or myself.
Did you hear that? Good. So you have to watch to the end for you to get the right gist and probably share it to someone who you think is struggling, to achieve their aims and their goals in life.
2 views, maybe a friend that just managed to watch. Maybe like 2 weeks after, you see like 10 views. And those views will be like maybe some friends you have called, you have cajoled. Watch this thing now, watch. Come and see what we are doing, watch. And then you hear criticisms. Like, why are you guys fooling yourself? You and your wife, people don't have work to do. Go and get a job. Even the people you feel would celebrate you. But it's not their fault. They're seeing 2 views, 5 views. In 2 weeks, 10 views. They want you to grow. So they will give you genuine criticism that doesn't look like the prophecy. When we post this video and we see 1, 2 views, 3 views, me and my husband were like, but we heard God. You told us that we should make your name famous. You told us that we're going to be great. That's what you said to us. But how does 2 views relate with greatness? These are days of your flesh, where he tells you to quit your job and start that business, but the profit doesn't look like the prophecy. The days of flesh are the days where your calling, the assignments, what God spoke to you about, the instructions are tested. We're there. We've experienced it. The following year or so, we continued shooting regardless of the views. And as these views were increasing bit by bit, small, robbers came to our house one fateful night and they took away our equipment. And we felt like giving up. We're like, God, we are tired. But in our tiredness, we continued moving. One of the days, my husband said, you know what, let's call someone who's close to us. Let's go use his studio to shoot. We shot, we posted it. Not up to 5 days, I get a call. Someone from South Africa and said, your video is everywhere. Everywhere. It has gone viral. In fact, the website we had at the time crashed because of traffic. That's the God told me to marry you that went viral. But the question is, what if we had quit? Because when you hear God said, God told me to do this, God told me I'll be great, you think that the process will be easy. Many times you want to give up, you want to drop the assignment because the prophecy doesn't look like it. Today everybody talks about the Winlos. Our videos are everywhere. But the question is, what if we had quit? Because listen, nobody knows their season of announcements. If you quit, you will stay stagnant.
So this was how the Winlos started. This story she told here is very inspiring. Someone who doesn't know now will start seeing all kinds of things, not knowing that they went through a lot. They had their own challenges, they had their shortcomings, they even almost gave up. But because it was God who told them to go into this ministry, they held on to God's word. And here we are today. Who has not heard about the Winlos? Is there anyone that has not heard the gospel through the Winlos? But at the time they started, like he stated, 1 view. In weeks, 3 views. In weeks. They didn't know that God was actually preparing them. But some of us, just 1 month and we are already tired because we feel that it is a get rich quick scheme or whatever. So this is not about wealth or finances, but it cuts across every area of our lives. God will instruct us to do things, and because we are not seeing results the way we want, or the way our heart desires, we begin to question the prophecy or the instruction from God. So this from Anwinli Ojeikere should inspire you, should encourage you to continue doing that which God has told you to do. whether it is on Facebook, whether it is on YouTube, whether it is on TikTok, even if it is in your environment, like it's a physical thing, you should continue doing it. So far, God spoke to you and instructed you. God's time is always the best, and God is never late. He is always on time. Sometimes, those times we feel that things are not moving on where God is training us and preparing us for the bountiful harvest that will soon come. So I'm sure you got inspired through this short clip. Do let me know what touched you the most, why she spoke. Tell me what inspired you the most in the short clip you watched and what you're going to do from now. It's good for us to hear from people that have passed through what we are about going into, or what we are facing currently. Personally, I got blessed. I got blessed through what she said. Nothing good comes easy.